Hey coaches, how you doing? So today I want to talk about probably one of my most favorite topics. And this topic creates a lot of resistance in many coaches, especially newer coaches. And this is the topic of niching and getting really dialed in and specific in your, what I call your true niche. Now, what I define as your true niche will come clear in just a moment, but I understand the resistance. If you are starting your coaching business, coaching is so good for so many people. You don't want to miss out on opportunities. So the idea of getting really specific and narrowing down can produce some resistance, right? You want to reach so many people. You can help so many people. So why should you get really specific and dialed in on just one ideal client avatar? I get it. There may also be some resistance because of perhaps a bit of a misunderstanding, such as, if I have to nail my niche, if I have to narrow down and be specific, that means I'm going to be boxed into just one thing. That's all I can talk about forevermore. And what if I choose the wrong niche? So there's resistance to that. So what I want to talk about really in this quick video is around niching as being an internal state change. And being clear and in alignment with your niche for me is the equivalent of being really clear and in alignment with your passion and your sense of purpose. So your niche is not a box that you're going to put yourself in. Your niche is the thing that you do so freaking well. It's like your zone of genius. And when you're operating from that place, you are in flow. You light up. You are just operating from that state where it's almost like the information is being channeled through you. It unclogs the flow of creativity that comes from that really resourceful, open state. State of receptivity. So I had a client recently. I was working with him. We really defined, honed in on his niche, his messaging, who his ideal client is, what makes sets him apart as the credible expert. And he literally said he's tripping over himself with content ideas. Like the creativity is flowing through him. So that's kind of the state. So the being clear and in alignment with your true niche begins as an internal state change, because you've heard the saying that success is 95% mindset, right? 95% an inner game, 5% strategy. That's absolutely true. And you can have the most brilliant strategy in the world, right? But you can still struggle and fail if you're not absolutely loving or in alignment with what it is you're doing. You'll struggle to implement the strategy. That's why so many people fail to stay consistent with a particular strategy, because they're struggling with actually the inner state. Now, when you're clear and in alignment with your true niche, it creates kind of this pure alignment internally. So starting from kind of the top, clarity and alignment with your niche, your zone of genius, that thing that only you can do in only the unique way you can do it, otherwise known as sort of your unique gift. When you are clear and in alignment, you have that mental clarity. You have the sense of knowing exactly what it is you do, who it is you do it for, what is the problem you solve, what sets you apart as credible. It's like everything just locks into place. This is absolute mental clarity. And that mental clarity clears the stress, the fog, the uncertainty, the not knowing what I'm supposed to be doing. When you have that level of clarity, it then creates a sense of an energy flow in your body. You feel excited, you feel enthused, you feel like really inspired to share your message because it's clear and you know why you're here. And when you know why you're here, that builds that excitement. And so as you start to feel into that energy of excitement, of enthusiasm, of alignment that comes from that clarity, you feel a sense of confidence. You start to understand why you went through everything you went through. It makes sense to you. All the things that you navigated, all the challenges that you've overcome, suddenly you start to see the theme. You can join the dots and it all makes sense. And so as a result of that sort of that clicking into place, you feel super confident. and you understand what it is that sets you apart as credible. So as a result, you're able to show up more. And as you're showing up and sharing your message with that clarity, that enthusiasm, that excitement, that confidence, that starts to gather a momentum, and that momentum happens in the unseen. First of all, you start to create an energy shift around you. You've got to really stay tuned. I know it can feel difficult at times when, I can say, that momentum happens in the unseen first. And that's probably the bit where you really need to kind of stabilize your mindset, because you think, well, I want things to happen now. I've been showing up for a few days now. Nothing's happening. No one's reaching out. There's no engagement. None of that really matters. It's the fact that in that energy, you are creating a momentum around you. The point is to keep going. But all of that feels so much easier when you have that clarity and alignment with your true niche. So I just wanted to share this first of all as a message to you. I'll talk more about the other benefits of really getting clear and specific from a strategic marketing point of view in another video. But I just wanted to lock this in as like that initial internal state change that happens when you get that moment of breakthrough clarity, that kind of insight of like, oh my God, this is what I'm here to do. This is why I went through what I went through. It all makes perfect sense. And as it all locks in, like I do that quite a lot, it's like everything lines up, perfect clarity and alignment. So that's my message for you today. I hope you found this helpful. Just give you food for thought. I do have a free resource called Shine Your Light, which is a 5-part video series. I'll put the link below, and it takes you through a step-by-step to help you kind of find that clarity, find that alignment in your messaging, your ideal client, and your niche. So I'll put the link to that below. Have an amazing rest of your day, and I'll speak to you again later.